Hey guys, just wanted to give you guys an update, but before I go any further, Happy New Year's! All right, I hope everyone had a great Christmas. I had a very good Christmas. Um, I worked. I worked. Valerie got me some pretty cool things, and but it was also a very nice Christmas. And I hope everyone else had a very nice Christmas. And be safe tonight. All right. So update for the past 2 weeks. Um, I ended up gutting my shop. So my shop is broken into three sections. I have the grind room is the furthest away from the door. Okay, that's a dirty room. The room next to that is the machine room where all the precision machines are at, and then the assembly room is here is where I'm standing, and that's the furthest away from the grind room. And so what I did was I actually moved everything out from this area, okay, and I completely redid this whole entire section, you know, because one of Valerie's Christmas gift was a gym, PRX gym, and we needed a good place to put it, and the best place I could think of was in the shop. Okay, and if you've never seen a PRX gym, this is what they look like. They fold up, and what you do is you pull them down. Okay, and you have pull-ups, and you have all your whatever freaking weightlifters use these things for. I don't know, man. Valerie's at the gym, lifting up, going crazy. She spikes it, you know, really embarrassing at the gym. So what I want to do is I want to contain her here, okay? Because she scares people at the gym, you know, and she'll be spiking those weights, and she'll be walking around all jacked up, and so here's her gym, okay?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know, it's super embarrassing. And then what you do when you're done, you just kind of push it up. There we go, and then everyone's safe, all right? And we're gonna add more stuff to the gym. And so one of the things I did was, once I started moving things around, I was wiping them down. Okay, because you know you don't go through this expense and time to move your shop around without cleaning the stuff. But I was also monitoring the dust. And guys, you should really monitor your shop. Check out what kind of dust accumulation, how much is it accumulating, where is it accumulating from. I was actually very, very surprised that on my assembly bench, most of the racks here, my machines were quite clean. The only thing that was not clean was my reloading bench. And that's because I haven't reloaded in I can't remember the last time I reloaded. That's why I put a towel over this, because this was actually very, very dusty. It was like 3.5 years of like never touching it, okay? And the only thing I left exposed was my ultrasonic cleaner, because I use this a lot, all right? And so everything got kind of moved around. And so that's that. I'm gonna tell you, moving this was a backbreaker. You gotta love me, Valerie. Almost bust my back moving all this stuff, you know.
Yeah, it helped.
Moving this guilloche machine and everything. So another thing I want to talk about is after I got finished breaking my back on this shop, I went and started tearing into this Rose engine. Okay. This is the second time I've refurbished this machine. The first time I refurbished it was when I got it from, I think, Gold Manufacturing. It was all rusty and dirty, and I completely took everything apart, basically scrubbed it down, cleaned it up, and reassembled it, all right? I also sprayed an acrylic on everything that's not rubbing. So all the exposed metal was sprayed with acrylic. That was a good and bad thing. Good that it somewhat protected it from rust. Bad that acrylic doesn't really get hard. It's kind of tacky and soft, but then it ages. It yellows over time. So this looks like it's dirty, but it's not dirty. It's just the acrylic aging. Okay, so I told myself 2021 I'm gonna be doing a lot of guillocheing, and I want my machines to be spot on. So I wanted to rebuild the machine, and this time I'm not going to rebuild it by just blasting it, cleaning it, and putting it back together again. I'm actually going to remachine everything, okay? And so the first thing I wanted to tackle was this, okay? And this is actually a really nice elliptical chuck, all right? This plate right here was broken, it broke right here, okay? And right here on the original, because I kind of hit it with a dead blow and kind of busted it. Not fully my fault. What they would have done was they actually drilled a hole straight through the center of here, going into, see, like this notch right here? There was a hole right in the middle of here, leaving about a 1/16 of an inch wall. That's weakness. So what I did was I eliminated that screw. I didn't really need it. And so then I re-machined everything. Everything got dialed in. All these dovetails here got remachined, reground. This dovetail here got remachined. All the flat surfaces that mate with each other got surface ground. And folks, it's amazing how much these things were off. I mean, not one surface was dialed in. Okay, I used a Starrett 1/10 indicator to dial everything in before I did my machining. And for example, I think it was one of these dovetails or several of these dovetails, I put it on a surface grinder, dialed it in with the 1/10 indicator, then I went ahead and started machining it or grinding it. And it basically only hit one side. It took me like 10 thousandths to make sure the whole entire surface was flat, okay, and recorrected. So it's amazing that these little things actually somewhat worked when it was that jacked up, okay, in the manufacturing process. But this is all done, all right? So it's the elliptical chuck with a double eccentric on top of it, okay? And yes, the double eccentric is basically XY. That's what the double eccentric is, all right? Originally, this thing came with an indexer that would go right here, or something like this. Yeah, right here, okay? And this indexer had a worm gear. And I'm gonna tell you, this is a piece of crap, all right? One of the worst designs. Now, one thing I have to say about the American, this is American-made Fields, okay? Versus, let's say, come over here. This is a Leonhard from Switzerland. You can see that the indexer right here is humongous, all right? Look at the size of this worm gear, all right? Huge index on the front of the chuck. Okay, look how thick the dovetails are back here. All right, so the Europeans, when they designed their machines and made them, they're beautiful, and they overkilled it. All right, the Americans, that's pretty wimpy. That's about 1/4 of an inch. Okay, typically it should have been about maybe 3/8 would have been better. Okay, and you know, this is I would say about maybe 5/16, 3/8 would have been better. If this was a European oval chuck and double eccentric, that sucker would have been probably about this tall. Okay, much taller because of all the thickness. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to redesign this. All right, completely redesign this and rebuild it using needle thrust bearings. And then I can mount it up on here, and that will complete this front section of the spindle. This goes in the front of the spindle. All right. And speaking about spindles, here is the spindle. Okay. Completely refurbished this. All right. Everything works nice and smooth. Worm gear, no play. Okay, so this spindle is waiting for new rosettes. These are the original rosettes that came with the machine. You can see it's pretty beaten up. All right, the reason why I have these dark marks is because I was actually counting. I was counting the little divots. Okay. And so I want to rebuild all of these. I got a whole stack of rosettes right here. All right, but I don't want to use these. Okay, I want to rebuild new ones. And what these do, they will fit very tightly in here. And then what you do is you stack them up. You'll stack up these rosettes. Okay. They'll fit. So they're very, very snug fit. And these will go all the way down like that. Then you start stacking up the rosettes. All right. Then you can put the spindle back onto the machine. So that is where I'm at with the guillotine and the refurb. I have all my parts here. These are just basically accessories. This is for guillotining a pin. Okay, you put a pin right here and you can guillotine that on a straight line. This is a chuck, another chuck or vise. This is what do they call this thing? A purlet or purling attachment. Okay, what you do is you put this into your cutter and you'll spin this, and this acts like a miniature rose engine. You put a pattern on the inside and it will follow that pattern, and it'll cut that pattern and you could index it. Actually a very rare sought after piece. But yeah, here it is. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be safe tonight. Enjoy New Year's Eve, and I will catch you probably next week on the live. Thanks a lot.